Namaste. Here it's good morning. So, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I want to elaborate a little bit on what we spoke of yesterday, which was Thy will be done. And I want to tell you a little story to illustrate this. Uh, Once upon a time, that's how stories start. Once upon a time, there was a boy and a girl in a village who loved one another. But because they belonged to different communities, they were not allowed to marry. They wouldn't have been allowed to marry. Obviously, it was their love was hidden. It was a secret, nobody knew about it. And so they decide that this world doesn't understand us, and if we are not going to be able to get married in our village, let's run away and we leave the village and we'll go to another city and we will get married there and we'll find employment there and we will live happily ever after. So it was planned, and on a certain night the girl left her home with her clothes, with all the jewelry in the house, and she goes to a particular hillside where the boy is supposed to meet her. And as she is waiting there now, she's obviously terrified because it's the middle of the night and she's alone, and she is waiting and she is waiting and she is waiting, and there's no sign of the boy. After a while, it starts raining, and like a real downpour. So, to escape that, she runs to the first place that she can find shelter in, and that turns out to be a temple of the god Shiva. In India, he's the god, they say, of destruction, but I like to believe that he's the one who is actually, they're all one. So we have the creator, the preserver, and the destroyer. So they've given him that role, but I like to believe that he is all in one, basically, because they are all in one. They just take on different forms to portray different aspects of divinity to us. So anyway, basically he is also the god of enlightenment, he is the god of self-realization, he is the god of deep meditation, he is the cool guy, who smokes up, let's put it that way. So anyway, so she takes sharan or refuge in this temple, okay, and she's sitting there and there's no sign of this boy, and she starts crying and she starts feeling very angry with the boy, starts feeling frustrated, angry with herself, why did how I believed him and I was wrong, I was stupid, I was foolish, whatever. And she's raving and ranting, she's terrified, of being found out as well. And in all of that, she had not even noticed where she was, because she just ran in and she found shelter and she sat down and she just, was so upset that she just kept venting. And then suddenly she realized where she was, and she realized that she's in this temple, and then she turns to, it's not, in many temples you don't have like an idol of Shiva, you have what is called the Shivling, it's a symbol of Shiva. So she turns to the Shivling and she says, I'm just realizing that I have been so stupid. All the time, all the energy, everything that I gave to this boy, all the love that I gave to this boy, had I given it to you, I would have found you. You know, I spent all my time chasing a human and human love. Had I chased you and looked for you, I'm sure I would have found you, you know. And from there on, we cut to forward fast. It's now morning, and we pan into the boy's house. Okay, the boy, the lover who was supposed to run away with her. And there we see the boy sleeping, and then he opens his eyes, and when he opens his eyes, he sees that it's morning, and he's startled. He's like, oh my god, I was supposed to go, and we were to that girl, and we were supposed to run away together, and I just fell asleep. And he runs from the house, and he runs and runs and runs, and he goes to that hillside, and he's looking for her now, and there's no sign of her, you know. But because it had rained in the night and this girl had gone into the temple, he sees some track marks of her feet. Following that, he goes into the temple, and when he goes into the temple, he sees this girl sitting there with her eyes closed in a meditative position. And he goes to her and he starts shaking her, and he says, hello, get up, I'm here, I'm so sorry, I fell asleep. And she just opens her eyes, she looks at him, and she says, you fell asleep, but I woke up. So I want to thank you for not coming last night, because it is thanks to your sleep that I was able to wake up. And so she had undergone this transformation through the night, where with the grace of the divine, she had self-realized. She had become enlightened, So isn't that wonderful? It's so beautiful. So a thing like this can happen to anybody at any time, because you just need that one little thingy which acts like a catalyst, an incident, a person, a trigger. A lot of times things are just dormant within us, right? I'm going to gently dab my face, okay, because it's very hot and I'm really very sweaty, and I've been told not to wipe my face in that jungly way that I've been doing. So sorry. I'm going to dab my face gently with tissue. Bottom line being that the moment the human surrenders and the human says, you know what, I should have given all my energy, I should have given all my love to you, God. You are merging your will with divine will. And the more that we do that, the more, like I told you yesterday, we are in divine flow. Everything starts getting filled with the light of the divine, which is again coming back to the topic of how we are being inundated with light, like I have been telling you. Each one of us, if we start opening up our hearts, becomes like a vessel, we are each one of us vessels, the human vessel, right? And the more you open your human vessel to receiving that light, the more you open your heart to being in service to another, to a fellow brother and sister, in whatever capacity, it does not matter. In whatever capacity that you can be, just sending love out to the planet, sending love out to the trees, the plants, the air, the birds, you know, every bit of the planet, every bit of humanity. Just keep opening your heart and sending it out together. Each chalice, one chalice joined with another chalice, with another chalice, with another chalice, all these chalices put together are going to create the most tremendous amount of light you can imagine. The planet will be flooded. The planet has got these etheric grids, you know, and these grids have been damaged. But the more that we do this, the more we will be sending light to those grids, and the more they will be getting healed, the more they will be getting renewed, rejuvenated, you know, because this light that is coming in and it's flooding our, literally our bodies and our cells are carbon based, and this is crystalline light coming in. So it is changing literally the nature of our DNA. The humans, according to science, only know of 2 strands of DNA. They think the rest of our strands of DNA are junk, which is not true. They are multi-dimensional strands of DNA, and all those strands of DNA are now getting activated because of this light that's coming in, which is why you have people waking up to certain gifts and abilities, right? So this light that is coming in, be open to receiving more and more. Be open to being open of heart, to being open to everything that's happening in your surroundings, in your life. Just be in the flow. Like I told you yesterday, let go and let God. Just release anxiety, release panic, release what is going to happen after this. You know, a lot of people are already panicking about, but how will we manage? And it's going to be such a difficult situation, and you know, how can we trust that it's going to be safe? And you have to trust. You have to trust. Don't trust in the human, trust in the divine. Trust that everything is well right now, everything will be well. Also, have faith that it's all going to be okay. It all is okay, and it's all going to be okay. Trust in nature. Like I said, look at nature. Nature is flourishing. There is no problem. She's getting more beautiful with every passing moment. And she's a giver. She's only giving, only giving. No matter what happens. Have you seen the trees? Yeah. When there's a wind that blows, whether it's a mild wind, whether it's a harsh wind, do they like try to push against it and say, no, don't blow, and I'll fly away, don't blow? No, it just sways whichever direction the wind is blowing. I have trees outside me right now, coconut trees. They just go with the flow. There's no resistance, you know. They're swaying. They're okay with whatever is happening. So and there's nothing wrong with them, they continue to give coconuts, they continue to flourish, they continue to thrive. And also understand that there is abundance of everything on the planet. You are made to feel scared, and you are made to feel like, oh my God, this will get over and that will get over, you know. So let me buy as much as I can, let me hoard as much as I can, you know, because it will get over. No, there is an abundant supply of everything. Everything. Look at the ocean. There's an abundant supply, isn't there? Look at the trees. There's an abundant supply of leaves, grass, everything. There's an abundant supply of air. Similarly, God has created enough for everybody. There is everything there for you. But the moment you put in that fear and you start getting into scarcity mode, again, then you're vibrating at a lower frequency. If you want good things to come to you, you have to be in a space of allowance. You have to be in a space of thy will be done. You have to be in a space of gratitude. You have to be in a space of all good things are coming to me all the time. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am protected. I am loved. Beyond, beyond, beyond compare. I am so loved. You have to start loving yourselves. I hope you're doing the exercise of looking into the mirror and saying, I love you, right? You need to do that. You need to do that because you need to start loving yourself. The more that we love ourselves, the more we have to give to another. I cannot offer you food if I don't have any. I cannot offer you water if I don't have any, right? I cannot offer you love if I don't love me. Really and truly, I cannot love you. You know, I can only love you if I am loving myself and I am overflowing with that love. That overflow is what you should be offering. It becomes an automatic thing. You will not even be offering, it will just be happening. And that overflow will happen when you connect more and more with your own true self, your own true nature, with your heart. Get into your heart space, love yourself. It's not selfish, it's self fulfilling. सेल्फ से फुल हो जाओ. Fill yourself, self full, and then you will feel fulfilled. Know that it's your birthright. You need to love yourself, and you need to love yourself no matter what you may have done. We've all done stuff, we've all said stuff, we've all thought stuff which we are probably not very proud of, right? But there's no need to get into all that. Start from this moment on. I love me, and I am going to keep loving me, and I'm going to do the things that make me love myself more. I'm going to do the things that are going to make me respect myself more. I am going to stand up for myself. I am going to empower myself. Do it. Do this. This exercise is very important of self-love, especially in these times, because we need to feel that. The more you will feel self-love, the more you will feel a sense of being cocooned, being safe, being protected, which is what everybody needs right now. The anxiety will become less, the panic will become less, and you will find yourself coming more into balance. You will find yourself being in a space of thy will be done, so you will not even need to say, it will just be a given. It will just be how you are, Like we say, you become a mast mola. Everything goes. Everything is good, Like laughing Buddha. Yay! Everything is perfect. He's always laughing no matter what happens, right? Plus, he's got that big sack of money, of course. We assume that it's money. We don't know that it is. But whatever. He's happy, right? We have to learn to be happy with everything that's going on. Everything that's going on. Because everything is perfect. Everything is a divine play of God. And if we believe that the divine resides in every cell, molecule, atom, and all the spaces in between of all of creation, of ourselves included, then where is the question of finding fault? Wouldn't he or she or the universe have created the most sublime divine play? What is there to be upset about? And if there is something to be upset about, then look into yourself and see where can I correct me, you know, where can I connect more with my own beingness? How can I be better? You know, so like I said, do this exercise of loving yourself, of self, of being filled with your own self love. Fulfill yourself. Everywhere that you have felt the need to be accepted, everywhere you have felt the need to be loved, you know, find it within yourself to give to your own self first, and you'll stop needing to look externally for it. You need to give it to you first. You need to love yourself. Get rid of all blame, shame, guilt that you're holding on to from this moment onwards. No matter what you have done, no matter what you have said, you can change your life from this moment forward. Just decide to do it. Decide to do it. Ask to be one. I ask to be at one mint with the divine will. I ask for my will to be merged with the will of the divine in every now moment, knowing that what you will do for me is going to be for my highest and best good, and for the highest and best good of all that are concerned with me. So I merge with you, beloved. Think of God as your beloved, as your child, you know, as your master, as your guru, whatever works for you. Whatever works for you, use whatever terminology you want to use. It, he, she doesn't care. They just want you to love them. They just want you, just like we wish to be acknowledged, the divine wishes to be acknowledged. Why do you think we've all been created? We've been created to appreciate. We've been created so that the divine can enjoy itself in all our forms. All the forms that we are the divine, right? Playing parts. So why not get into a space of saying, okay, you know, if somebody is being not very nice to me, maybe that's how you're playing a part today. That's how you're being today. That's okay. I will try. I will be the best me that I can be, no matter how you may be with me. Let me always be, you know, like it's like an actor has always got to look good, right? They've always got, the hair has to be right, you know, their makeup has to be right, all of that, right? So why not us also do that? Because we are also playing a part, aren't we? I am playing a part on this planet. My name is Upasana Suhail Kapadia. I have come here and I am an energy transformer, right? I am here to spread the word and the message of God. So why not play that part to the hilt, right? Because that's what I've come here for. I've come here to do that. I've come here to be an expression of divine love, you know. So it's my duty to be that in every moment, correct? And that is not to say that I forget my duty. I do too, you know, but I have to keep reminding myself I bounce back. You bounce back faster and faster every time. That's the beauty once you get into this space. So once again, I don't know if I think I go all over the map when I'm talking, but oh yes, and another thing also that I wanted to also remind you guys that today is the new moon, what we call in India Amavas, and it's a beautiful, beautiful time to connect with the energies of the divine, because everything is new. It's the new moon. It's the time to plant seeds of whatever it is that you want for yourself. So if you do have the time in this evening in the night, you know, sit by yourself, take 5 minutes out, 10 minutes out, you know, sit down, write if you wish, whatever it is that you want and desire, goals for your own self. Write them down, okay? And then when you've written them down, if you have the time, whichever one is of prime importance, sit down, shut your eyes, remember whoever it is that you wish to remember, and actually go into that space. You know, go into that space and see yourself as having already achieved your goal. You know, so plant this seed or seeds. You can do multiple things. One, you can do your first prime goal and then your other two goals, as many as you wish to, and be in that space. Create what you want, see it happening before you, you know, and plant the seeds tonight of whatever it is that you wish to take place. And my suggestion is that you do this for at least the next 3 nights, because energies always start 3 days before, continue 3 days after. So you can do this, and you can even do this every day just as an exercise, because you are creators. You can create the world that you want. You can create the life that you want. So on this happy note, happy creation and happy self-love, I want all you guys to be like with big smiles on your face, you know, always. So stay happy, stay joyful always, and until next time, namaste, loads of love, loads of blessings, always.